Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. I am Pastor Nick, and today is Marketplace Monday. I hope you guys can hear me okay. There's a lot of background music. I'm in a hotel. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me okay. Make sure I'm clear and not too much background noise, although I don't know what I really can do about it right now. But anyway, good morning to everybody. I hope that you guys have enjoyed the message that we did on getting a raise or a promotion in 180 days. I know I promised you, I believe it was this week it will be out. I know it's on our website. Jeremiah didn't create me the little bottom graphic yet. He'll do that this week where I can send you guys to get it. I know it's somewhere on our website if you want it, but next week I'll have the actual web address where you go and you can download the notes from it. What I'd like to do that would be really, really helpful for me is while you're on, if you could put in one thing just in the chat, one thing that you took the most from the getting a raise or promotion in 180 days. I know it's early, maybe you're not thinking that way yet, but think about it. If you come up during the message today with one thing that stuck out to you the most about getting a raise or promotion in 180 days that we taught on, maybe one thing that you didn't consider, maybe one thing that you didn't maybe consider as much, maybe one thing you never even thought about. I don't know. But whatever it was that really stuck out to you the most, even if it was one or two things, that would really, really be helpful for me. Okay, so today I want to get started. I want to talk about today balancing faith and professional ambition. Balancing faith and professional ambition. I think that as we think about diving into this crucial topic, especially for Christian professionals, balancing faith and professional ambition can be a real challenge. So as we navigate the competitive world of business and career growth, it's essential, I believe, as a believer, that we stay rooted in our faith. So today, what I want to do is explore how we can integrate our Christian values, if you will, into our professional goals to achieve true success. So the three key talking points I want to cover today are: number one, maintaining integrity in the workplace; maintaining integrity in the workplace. Number two, um, prioritizing servant leadership, right? Putting priority on being a servant leader. Um, and just because you're not a leader doesn't mean you can't become or be a leader. If you are a child of God, you are called to lead. It doesn't mean you have to have the title of manager, the title of CEO, or the title of boss to be a leader. You can lead within your pod. You can lead within your area. You can lead within your group. Okay. And then number three is balancing ambition and humility. Balancing ambition and humility. So let me give a few shout outs and then we'll get going. Good morning, Jen. Good morning, um, Bonnie. Good morning, Amanda. Good morning, Annie. Good morning, Shanika, Lakeisha, Mark, Ashley, Amanda, Latifa, Harry, Candace. Good morning, Michael. Good morning, Dean. Good morning, Jennifer. Good morning, Miss Donzi. Good morning. Good morning to all you guys. Thank you again so much for joining and participating in Marketplace Monday. I hope these programs are beneficial to you. So let's get into number one: maintaining integrity in the marketplace. Number one, we need to understand to truly grasp, if you will, the importance of having integrity. We need to understand, I like to call it three words. Number one, honesty. So when we talk about integrity, let's break it down into three words: honesty, transparency, and ethical behavior. Honesty, transparency, and ethical behavior. We must maintain those three key pillars as believers in everything that we do in the workplace if we're going to maintain our Christian values, our integrity. Again, honesty, transparency, and ethical behavior. What is that? Honesty is simple. Be honest. Stop lying. Stop manipulating. Stop bending the truth. Stop working in gray areas, right? Transparency is simple. If you made a mistake, if you blew it, if you did something you shouldn't have did, be transparent. Be transparent when you're not happy. You know how many Christians I know that are at jobs that they're not happy being at, and they don't even have the transparency and the character to go talk to their boss about it, right? And then that leads us to ethical behavior. What is ethical behavior? Well, first of all, do what's right, do it because it's right, and then do it right. I don't know how to say it any simpler than that. Proverbs 11:3 says this: the integrity of the upright guides them. The integrity of the upright guides them, but the unfaithful are destroyed by their duplicity. But the unfaithful are destroyed by their duplicity. What does that mean by their duplicity? By their double mindedness, right? To emphasize the significance of integrity, we need to understand this. The integrity of the upright guides them, but the unfaithful are destroyed by their double-mindedness. One day they're a Christian, one day they're not, right? So what's the application here? I said it earlier. Do what's right, do it because it's right, then do it right. We must make a decision in our everyday walk at work to be a reflection of our Christian values. We must make a decision, no matter if it costs us a promotion, no matter if it costs us money, our Christian values are what is most important. Okay, number two, prioritizing servant leadership, making servant leadership first, right? So, servant leadership, I need you to understand, is a philosophy in which the primary goal of us as leaders is to serve our team. So again, you don't have to be the manager, you don't have to be the boss, you don't have to be the CEO to operate as a servant leader. Your team can be just two people. But if it is, your priority is serving that other employee that you work with. Unlike traditional leadership, where the main focus is thriving, right? Ourselves personally in the company, focusing on the organization thriving, right? That's what a worldly leader does, right? A servant leader puts priority on the team growth. A servant leader puts priority on the well-being of the team. A servant leader puts priority on the empowerment of team members, right? And we need to understand that this approach, when we take this approach, it fosters a supportive and nurturing environment where leaders act more as mentors, right? They act more as facilitators, right? They are using encouragement or encouraging collaboration, right? Um, Professional development, right? You're building a sense of community. I'm watching Dean at my church do this with his ministry of helps team, just using texting. Man, the ministry of helps team, if Dean needs something, he throws a text out there. All the teammates on there, you don't have to respond, but it's bringing people together. It's bringing unity, right? So now you can look and see the people that aren't responding, and you know who you need to go talk to. Hey, man, you know the whole team's responding here. We're all in it. You know, you hardly ever respond. We hardly ever see you on the chat. I mean, come on, man. We're building a team here, right? And you encourage that person alone by themselves, right? So if we, and again, now it's not about Dean, right? It's not about the ministry of helps. It's about the team, because the team is in this together. Remember, team together, everyone accomplishes more, right? But by putting their needs first, right, and understanding, maybe there's something going on with that person. Maybe they're having a bad week. Maybe they're having family problems. But now by you taking the time, because you see they're not responding, to say, hey, man, how you doing? What's going on? Is everything okay? They know that you care about them. And it's a way that you can check in with people without being personal, right? So it demonstrates that you're putting their needs first, right? Servant leaders aim to build strong, engaged, and motivated teams. Why? Because those are teams that are always going to be more productive, number one, and more innovative. When you care about people, when you put people first, when they know that you care about them, when you take personal interest in them, they will be more productive and they will be more innovative. Mark 10:45 says, "For even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve." So Jesus modeled this style of leadership right before us, right? So what are ways that we do this? Well, I gave you one example, how Dean just used text messaging in a group text to get everybody, communicating. The next step is, and I think this is the one that really builds team camaraderie. This really transforms the me into we. Attentive and active listening to your team members. Attentive and active. Sometimes you just got to sit down and listen to people talk. Let them vent. Let them share. Let them just get it out, right? And then we got to provide support and encouragement. And lastly, we got to lead by example. Those are the important things. Active listening, providing support and encouragement, and leading by example. Okay? So that's number 2. Number 3, balancing ambition with humility. I think this is the biggest single issue in corporate America for Christians today. Either they're just too ambitious and they don't see it, or they're too humble and they let everybody trample over them. I think finding that fine balance is the key. And I think that you really got to be submitted in your local church to understand the balance, because it's your spiritual leadership that's going to tell you where those things are. When you find yourself putting your job before the things of God, you're being too ambitious. That's just the bottom line. When you find yourself, you're more interested in what's going on at your job than what's going on at the church. Listen, folks, I worked in corporate America. I still work in corporate America. I've been a success. I've been a great success in corporate America. And I've never put my job before what I've been called to do at the church, ever. Right? So we got to really understand and address balancing our personal ambition with humility. Philippians chapter 2, verse 3 says, "Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility, value others above yourself. So we have to learn to illustrate that balance, right? And what is that? That's remaining humble. How do we remain humble? There are people that you're doing things that you have no covering to do, right? You're in a church, you want to go do this. You haven't even asked your pastor to pray with you about it. You haven't even shared it with your pastor, right? And they're supposed to be your spiritual covering, right? That's ambition because you're scared that you're going to be told maybe you're doing the wrong thing and you want to do it anyway. That's ambition, right? So we got to make sure that we have the me, we attitude. What is that? When me becomes we, amazing things happen, right? Your strategies for setting you have to have strategies for setting ambitious goals, yet they got to be realistic and they should honor God and serve others. They should honor God and serve others. Your goals should be bigger than just you. And lastly, to make sure that we're not operating more in ambition than we are humility, we must seek God's guidance daily in our career decisions through prayer, watch this, and reflection. A lot of times we don't take the time to not only pray, but to reflect and hear what God is saying. Not let me say it again. A lot of times we do pray, we do confess, but we don't reflect. We got to remember that true success in the marketplace isn't just about achieving personal milestones, but it's about living out our faith in every aspect of our work. By maintaining integrity, practicing servant leadership, and balancing ambition with humility, we can create a career that not only prospers us, but it honors God. We can create a career that not only prospers us, but we can also honor God. So I hope this has helped today. Um, I want to see all of you succeed, but I also want to see all of you guys walking in all that God's called you to walk in, because to me, that's the most important thing. When I put God first in my life, when I began to acknowledge God and not let anything come before my calling, God began to honor me in the marketplace. Amen. Listen, I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Wednesday, on Wednesday, my wife and I are coming together to bring y'all a collective show. I believe we're going to start a series on children. I got to ask her about that, but please join us. We love you. We love you. We love you. Until tomorrow or until Wednesday, Pastor Nick saying, enjoy life.